What's going on, everyone? SJ Collectibles back with another toy review video, and in this one I'll be going over the custom action figures I have of the Road Warrior and Fury Road. So to start off my collection, I'll bring in the Road Warrior, Mad Max himself. I made this figure using the McFarlane Color Tops Negan from The Walking Dead. That's the base. But I brought in pieces from a NECA Toys Nathan Drake figure from an Uncharted, and pieces from a Terminator figure. So, these were the Terminator boots, arm from like the Nathan Drake, hands from the Terminator, and the head sculpt is Nathan Drake. But I did a hair sculpt on him to make it look like how Mel Gibson's hair was in that movie. One of my all-time favorites, the Road Warrior, and then did like a beard paint job and everything. Added a whole bunch of accessories to him to really make him look as authentic as possible to the Road Warrior movie. Made his leg brace with I sculpted the knee pad part of it. Got a dog whistle, and this is from I think like a dollhouse accessory. It's actually a nice little metal crescent wrench, and I have it hooked on to his belt that he has on him. He's got some binoculars on his side. You can go around and see the other pouches that he has on him. And then he has this holster that you can take his double barrel sawed-off shotgun, and it can be stored in the holster on his leg. Now, these original figures didn't really have a lot of articulation because it was old-style McFarlane, and he's really come into his own on modern articulation with the new DC lines, so this is more of like a statue, which I'm fine with because, I find that one dynamic pose with my action figures, and usually super glue them, keep them in those poses forever. So, yeah. I'm not a big buyer and seller. I'm just, I like to just have the stuff I love in my collection. And Mad Max is one of my favorite franchises ever. So this is my Mad Max. The next one I have is the Humongous. And to make him, I think I used like a Stone Cold figure by Mattel as the base. Because, he's pretty much naked. And I sculpted all of the BDSM bondage on him to get it as accurate as possible to how he was in the movie. I was excited. What really made this figure come about was when NECA announced that they were doing that Part 5 Jason, and they were making the mask from that cover. So I got that head sculpt from that, and I Dremeled it all out and added it to the Stone Cold head and added hair and, repainted it. And so yeah, you've got his face underneath there. Sweet that they made this mask. And then I made the microphone. And if he was hooked up to his car, I'd be like, "Just walk away. Walk away and I spare your lives. Leave the pump, the gas, the entire facility." Yeah. So I love that movie. Love this character. He has a gun and the case that I made as well. I couldn't find it in my storage box, but he does have it. So those are the two main Road Warrior figures I've made. I really want to make a Wes figure one day, just to go along with him. I have the dog too. He's in my box somewhere. I made him his faithful companion. So yeah, these are my two Road Warrior figures, and then we'll get into my Mad Max Fury Road figures now. So to start off my Fury Road figures, here's my Tom Hardy Mad Max from Fury Road. I tried to make him as close to how it was by cobbling together this figure from the final part of the movie when he gets all this military equipment. Which I really liked his look in that movie. I like Tom Hardy as an actor, and I really liked his portrayal of Mad Max in the movie. So this figure, the base was, I want to say, a K from the Blade Runner movie, and I used a Chris Redfield head, and I re-sculpted the hair to do his crazy makeshift shaved hair. And arms were from the K figure, but the coat was actually from a Terminator figure. All the pieces were cobbled together from my box of pieces to try and get as close as possible to, how he looks in that film. So he's got all his gun magazine pouches, his backpack, and then he's also got the same holster to put the double-barreled shotgun on. And it slides in really easy. So I was really hoping when the Venom movie came out, they were going to make a figure that came with an alternate Tom Hardy head sculpt, and I was really going to put it with that, but it never happened. But I thought that this Chris Redfield figure kind of looked pretty good. So it went with my Mad Max. So the next figure I made for my Furia Road figures was Furiosa. To make her, I used, I want to say, an Alien 3 Ripley figure. And then I added different pieces from other figures. I can't really remember what. I just have stuff that I see when I look at like broken things in my fodder box that I just cobble together and add to try and make the figures as close as possible to how they appear in the movie. I know that the head was from, I think, like a New 52 Poison Ivy, and I removed the hair and I resculpted her short hair that she has in the movie and added like her grease face paint that she does. But yeah, I have a clear tube that goes up to show that she doesn't have her arm, and I added like the hydraulic hoses to like show, where she has that mechanical hand in the movie, this whole arm strap piece that I thought was really amazing. So you can put her with Mad Max, and yeah, love this duo. Really liked her character in the movie as well. And to round off my Fury Road figures, wouldn't have it any other way but then with a Morton Gel. And here he is. So he was a combination of a whole bunch of figures. Can't really remember, but I think the main one was like a Dante's Inferno base, because just judging by the pants. Yeah. But added a whole bunch of stuff to him to try and get him as close as possible, with some liberties taken on like my own interpretation of things. So like the head sculpt was an Undertaker, painted the hair white, and added like dremeled out this skull I had to make like his iron lung mask that he has, with the tubes that extend back to this backpack piece, which was like off of an alien Nostromo spacesuit. I made the cane, which can be stored on his belt, like so. And then he has dual wielding pistols, which can holster on his belt also. Added this chain to him. And he has like all these different like military style badges on him, so I wanted to incorporate that to him. I just cut and pasted a whole bunch of different things to his chest. And painted him, gave him this dirty look and everything, trying to make him look as close as possible to how he appears in the movie, except he was like really fat and bloated, and I really couldn't really get like the clear piece for his chest. So again, I kind of just made like this rusted looking, weathered chest piece. So this is my own interpretation of the character, with looking to the most part with how he looked in the film. So these are the three I have. I have a War Boy somewhere in my storage box as well. But these are my three favorites that I made for this collection. And after all these figures were done, I was at a Meijer one day, and I stumbled upon, I think it was like Hollywood Machines, or whatever the brand's called. And it's all the movie vehicles, and they actually made the Ford Falcon, but it was from the original Mad Max movie. And so I customized it to turn it into the Road Warrior Interceptor, and here it is. So this is my Mad Max Ford Falcon Interceptor. A lot of work went into this when I was making this, like removing the front bumper and resculpting it, doing this whole apocalyptic wasteland paint job to it. I remember going to like the Dollar Tree and getting like these toys from like a military truck or something, and they had like these gas tank looking things, so I cut them off, and when I Dremeled out the back of the car, I added them in and put a spare tire where it's chained. There's a gas can. So like when you open up the doors, you have like on this side, you have like this gun holster and some like where you can store stuff. You can see this driver's seat in there. And then on this side, I took the seat out and made where like his dog lays. And there's like a bag in there with like a dog bed and everything, blankets for the dog to sleep in. Because I made miniatures to go with this as well. So these are the miniatures I used for this. I know that Mad Max is out of scale, but he's more of like a Furia Road style. He was like a Jurassic Park figure of Owen that I used to make this figure. And the dog was actually NECA Toys Jones that I sculpted on. Jones the cat, sculpted on to make his dog. And I sculpted this base so they can both sit or hook into it, and they can both stand on the base and be with the Interceptor. So that's pretty much it for these Mad Max customs that I've done. Hope you like them all. Tell me what you think of them in the comment section. If you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to follow me. I'm trying to put out more content as I get stuff and go on my hunts and work on customs. So I hope you like my content. Trying to grow my channel a little bit. So yeah, this is SJ Collectibles saying toys keep you young. Happy hunting out there, everyone, and take it easy.